Hello everyone. This is Anime Octopus welcoming you to my YouTube channel. Today's fanfiction topic is: what if Naruto were a prodigy like Tobirama? Disclaimer: the content on this channel is for entertainment and discussion purposes only. I do not own any of the anime footage used in my videos. All rights and credits go to their respective creators and copyright holders. Let's dive right in. Man, Grandpa Hokage must really be losing his touch, thought a blonde figure as he darted through the increasingly shadowy forest, a large scroll strapped to his back. The scroll was nearly as big as the young boy carrying it. I can't believe how easy this was. It was just sitting there in Grandpa's office. As this realization hit Naruto Uzumaki, it prompted a rare moment of introspection. Why was this so easy? He pondered. Grandpa is the strongest ninja in the village. Why would such an important scroll be left in his office with minimal security? Sure, I'm good at stealth for a kid, but there's no way Grandpa would let me walk out with something this significant. And how did Mizuki-sensei know exactly where it was? Naruto came to a stop in a clearing, about half a mile outside the village, the location Mizuki had designated for the makeup exam. There has to be something going on, Naruto muttered, removing the scroll from his back. I should return this to Grandpa. He'd understand. But what if I'm caught before I find him? He's the only one who believes in me, the others wouldn't. It's too late to turn back now. If this is a setup, the best move is to spring the trap. Naruto glanced down at the large scroll beside him. I better get to work and make this look convincing, he shrugged. Come on, open up, you stupid scroll. He growled as he struggled to open it. Ow! He yelped, nicking his hand on the edge. Before he could react, several drops of blood fell onto the scroll. The scroll glowed a bright blue and unrolled. Naruto stared at the now open scroll, catching sight of a circle of writing just before a small explosion of smoke enveloped it. Naruto scrambled backward as a tall man materialized in the cloud of smoke. The man had spiky gray hair and dark eyes that seemed to see everything and, to Naruto, pierced right through him. His face was framed by a peculiar piece of armor bearing Konoha's symbol. Naruto swallowed hard as the man looked down at him. Where am I, boy? The man asked, his voice sharp and authoritative. Naruto could tell this man was serious and demanded quick answers. Konoha, Naruto stammered. The man nodded. And who are you? Naruto Uzumaki. The man's eyebrow arched at Naruto's response. Do you know who I am? Naruto shook his head, although the man's face seemed vaguely familiar. I am Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage. Second Hokage? But Grandpa is the Hokage. Naruto exclaimed. Grandpa? Which Hokage is your grandpa? Grandpa is the third Hokage, Naruto replied. Hiruzen, Tobirama murmured. Wait, if you're the second Hokage, then you must be dead. Naruto cried out. Are you a ghost? He asked, his voice shaking. I am a shadow clone, Tobirama clarified. Shadow clone? How old are you, Naruto? I'm 12. Are you a shinobi? Of course, Naruto shouted. Well, not yet, I'm still in the academy. But once I learn a jutsu from this scroll, I'll be a ninja. Tobirama studied the blonde boy in front of him. He could sense that Naruto had an extraordinary amount of chakra for someone his age. Delving deeper, Tobirama detected a familiar presence he had only sensed once before in his sister-in-law, Mito Uzumaki. This boy contains the Kyuubi, Tobirama realized. But he seems unaware of it. If he knew, Sara would have surely made him a ninja by now. Hey, clone guy, can you teach me that shadow clone jutsu? Naruto asked. The clone jutsu is the one technique I just can't get to work, and I've always failed the exam because of it. With such chakra and poor control, he wouldn't be able to perform the clone jutsu, Tobirama thought. The shadow clone jutsu would be perfect for him. Very well, Uzumaki, I will teach you the shadow clone jutsu, Tobirama declared. All right. Naruto shouted joyfully, pumping his fist into the air. Silence! Tobirama commanded sharply, his tone brooking no argument. Naruto instantly fell quiet. Do not mistake my actions for kindness, boy. From the brief time I have observed you, it is clear that you lack understanding of what it means to be a shinobi. You think being a shinobi is all about fun, flashy jutsu, and heroics. You are mistaken. Being a shinobi means becoming the pillar of strength, the one who shoulders the village's burdens. It means doing whatever it takes to protect the village. Do you think you can do that? Can you become the pillar that keeps Konoha standing strong? Yes, sir, Naruto vowed, his eyes shining with unwavering determination. Tobirama nodded. This boy, he is much like your brother when we were younger, the Nidaime thought, a small smile appearing on his face. But he was able to open this scroll, which means he is related to both of us. Could Akemi-chan have been? I did it! Naruto shouted as he successfully performed the Shadow Clone Jutsu for the 5th consecutive time. Tobirama nodded at the sight of the blonde boy running around in celebration for successfully learning a B-rank Kinjutsu, of his own make, in only 2 hours. The clone of the deceased Hokage admitted to himself that the boy, Naruto, had quite a bit of talent, but it seemed that his greatest strength was also his greatest weakness. Naruto had too much chakra. If the boy didn't burn chakra, he would get jittery and hyper, and that meant he couldn't concentrate. Naruto-san, Tobirama said, garnering the boy's attention. My chakra is running low and soon I will dispel. What? Why? Naruto cried. It is the way of things, Tobirama said stoically. Now, I can sense a person quickly approaching our position, so I will make this quick. The scroll you opened would have only done so if the blood spilt on it matches my own. What does that mean? Naruto asked, his voice quiet. It means that on some level, we are related, Naruto-san, Tobirama said. Who were your parents? Naruto's face fell. I don't know, he said. Gigi has only told me that they died in the Kyuubi attack and that they loved me. I see, Tobirama said. Well, when you next see Saru, tell him that withholding information can be just as dangerous and damaging as releasing too much. Also show him this scroll and tell him that it is your heritage. I will, Tobirama Oji-san, Naruto beamed, cradling the scroll like a mother would hold a newborn babe. Another thing, Naruto-san, you mentioned the Kyuubi attacking the village and that your parents died in the attack, Tobirama commented. Tell me what you know about the attack? And Naruto did so, telling Tobirama about how his hero, the Yondaime Hokage, defeated and killed the Kyuubi by using some ultra-powerful jutsu. When Naruto finished the tale, he noticed the clone frowning at him. Naruto-san, I do not know why Saru has told you this fabrication, Tobirama said. But the Kyuubi is a bijou, a massive construct of pure chakra. It cannot be killed by any means, only sealed away. Sealed away? Naruto asked, a cold pit forming in his stomach. Yes, the bijou can be sealed away into objects or people. People? Yes, Naruto-san, Tobirama said. When a bijou is sealed within a person, that person is considered a Jinchuriki. A cold trickle dripped down the back of Naruto's neck at the word Jinchuriki. You, Naruto-san, are the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. Silence fell upon the clearing like a blanket. I am the Kyuubi? No, Tobirama said sharply. You are not the Kyuubi, you are its prison. You are the one who contains the Kyuubi, protecting the village from the Kyuubi. I do not know why Saru has not told you of this, he will have his reasons, but I am of the mind that one must have all the relevant facts to make the correct decision. Now, Naruto-san, my chakra has just about run out. I am sorry to be leaving you just after telling you this, but that is life. Not everything will go your way, you must be able to persevere or you will be crushed. You are a descendant of the Nidaime Hokage, you will be fine. I believe in you, Naruto-san, don't prove me wrong. Hi Tobirama Oji-san, Naruto said clearly. I promise you that I will not let you down. I will become the pillar of strength for the village, and I will become Hokage just like you. Tobirama nodded as a faint smile graced his stern features. I am sure you will, Naruto-san. Goodbye. Goodbye, Tobirama Oji-san, Naruto said softly as the clone dispelled itself, vanishing in a puff of smoke. Wiping his eyes, Naruto turned to pick up the scroll just as a new figure leapt down from the trees. There you are! Iruka shouted, his big head jutsu activating on instinct. Do you have any idea what you've done, Naruto? Do you know how much trouble you are going to be in? Hello, Iruka-sensei, Naruto said solemnly. The blonde's calm and respectful response drew Iruka short. I'm sorry about this. I was told you, Mizuki-sensei, that if I snuck into Gigi's office and stole this scroll and learned a jutsu from it, then he would pass me and I would become a real ninja. Iruka gaped down at the blonde. Mizuki? What's going on? He thought. Okay, Naruto, say I believe this. We need to get back to the village and explain everything to Hokage-sama, Iruka said. I know, Iruka-sensei, Naruto said. Lead the way. Sorry to break up this cozy scene, but you two aren't going anywhere, a mocking voice called down from the trees. Iruka and Naruto looked up to see Mizuki sneering down at them, a pair of Fuma shurikens strapped to his back. Mizuki, what is going on? Iruka asked. Well, I was planning on there not being any witnesses to this, but not everything can go as planned, Mizuki chuckled. This way I can even pin another death on the demon, and I'll be treated as a hero when I kill it. What are you talking about? Naruto asked, playing up his idiocy even though his suspicions had just been confirmed. He had been set up. Naruto, do you know why everyone in the village hates you? Mizuki laughed. Mizuki, no. You know it's forbidden. Iruka cried. Why should I care? Mizuki laughed, sending chills down Naruto's spine. You two are going to die here and now. The crazed Chunin reached back and unclipped one of the Fuma shuriken hanging on his back. Naruto and Iruka tensed as Mizuki began spinning the large instrument of death with just one finger. Naruto, I'll hold him off, Iruka said. You need to get that scroll back to the Hokage. You can't allow Mizuki to get it. Ah, poor little Iruka is trying to protect the very monster that killed his parents, Mizuki mocked. Tell me, Iruka, why are you trying to protect the very thing that made you an orphan? The Kyuubi killed your parents and now you are protecting it. What are you talking about? Naruto asked. Oh, that's right, you still don't know, do you? Mizuki laughed. You are not Naruto Uzumaki. That is just some name that the Hokage gave you to try and fool the others, but I know the truth. You are the monster that attacked our home, killed our loved ones and nearly destroyed the village 12 years ago. You are the Kyuubi no Yoko. Iruka turned slowly toward Naruto with a large amount of trepidation. Now Naruto knew, but the question was how would the boy handle it? Naruto, you are not the Kyuubi, Iruka said, looking at the frozen boy. You are the prison for the demon. You are Naruto Uzumaki, the #1 prankster of Konoha and one of my precious students. How touching, Mizuki sneered. Enough talking, time to die, demon. Mizuki hurled a spinning Fuma shuriken at the still unmoving Naruto. The spinning blade sliced through the stale air, gleaming in the bright moonlight. No, Naruto! Iruka cried, reaching out toward his student. Naruto stumbled backward but tripped over a tree root, falling to the ground as the Fuma shuriken closed in. Mizuki's eyes gleamed with malice and glee as the whirling instrument of death neared its target. Gah! Naruto slowly opened his eyes as he felt something warm and wet drip onto his cheek. It was Iruka, crouching over Naruto. The blonde's eyes widened when he spotted the large shuriken sticking out of Iruka's back. Blood was trickling down Iruka's chin and several drops had landed on Naruto's face. Iruka-sensei. Naruto gasped as he took in the pain-twisted grimace of his sensei. Why? Because you are just like me, Naruto, Iruka said, his voice rough with pain and several more flecks of blood from Iruka's mouth, landing on Naruto's jumpsuit. After my parents were killed, all I wanted was for someone to look at me, to pay me any attention. I was a troublemaker and prankster, always trying to find a way for people to just look at me. I am sorry that you had to suffer the pain of loneliness when I knew what you were going through. I was not strong enough to help you and I am sorry. Naruto stared up at his sensei as the wounded man poured out his soul to the blonde. Naruto was about to say it was okay when a cruel laugh cut him off. How pathetic. Mizuki howled. You are really trying to comfort the demon, the very monster that killed your parents. Well, you'll soon be joining them, Iruka. I wonder what they'll say when they learn that you were protecting the demon that killed them. Iruka winced as another stab of pain crashed through his body. He looked down at Naruto to apologize once more, for not treating him correctly and for not protecting him. But those words died in his throat at the sight of cold and steely blue eyes looking over his shoulder. He had never seen Naruto look so angry. Normally the boy would shout and rage till his face turned blue. This anger was focused and wound so tightly that it sent chills down the Chunin's spine that had nothing to do with the large shuriken in his flesh. You will not harm my sensei. Naruto snarled, pulling himself to his feet from underneath Iruka. You are a traitor to the village and you will face the penalty for doing so. And who is going to stop me? Mizuki laughed. You? I will do my duty, Naruto said. Even if it costs me my life, you will not leave here alive. Multi-shadow clone jutsu. Mizuki's laughter died as an explosion of smoke filled the clearing. When the smoke cleared, it was a sea of orange and yellow. Mizuki felt a cold bead of sweat trickle down his spine at the innumerable cold blue eyes glaring at him from all angles. How is this possible? You are just a talentless orphan, how can you create this many clones? Mizuki shouted. Because I am Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said. Get him. The clones gave a nearly deafening roar and surged toward a frozen Mizuki. Naruto watched with emotionless eyes as the horde of his clones descended from the trees and pounded Mizuki into a bloody pulp. Naruto, you really did learn a jutsu, Iruka coughed. Iruka-sensei. Naruto cried. The clones that Naruto summoned vanished in puffs and the original raced over to the injured academy teacher. Hey Naruto, Iruka said with a slight wince. You were amazing, I've never seen anyone create so many clones before, let alone shadow clones. Naruto's face lit up at Iruka's praise. Well, I might have overdone it though, Naruto admitted, rubbing the back of his head. Don't worry about him, Iruka growled. Like you said, he is a traitor and doesn't deserve our thoughts. Now I want you to close your eyes, I have something to give you. You're not going to kiss me or something, are you, sensei? Naruto asked. No, you little brat. Iruka shouted, his big head jutsu activating on reflex. Just close your eyes. Naruto gave Iruka a piercing look, it made the scarred Chunin feel like the Hokage was examining him. But the blonde then nodded and closed his eyes. Okay Naruto, go ahead and open your eyes, Iruka told Naruto. The blonde slowly opened his eyes and saw his instructor sitting in front of him, a pained smile on the man's face. Then Naruto felt something on his forehead, he reached up and felt his hand bump into a hard metal plate. What the? Congratulations Naruto, you graduate. Iruka said brightly. The scarred Chunin cried out in pain as Naruto threw himself at Iruka, but the academy teacher looked down at the blonde with a fond smile. A soft cough brought the bonding moment to a quick end. Iruka looked up to see a squad of masked Anbu standing above them in the trees. Iruka-san, are you injured? The dog-faced Anbu asked. Inu-san. Naruto cried. Iruka-sensei is hurt really badly, we've got to get him. It's okay Naruto, Iruka calmed the frantic blonde. It's not that bad. Though Iruka's reassurance was lost as he coughed up some more blood. Nico, take Iruka to the hospital, Inu ordered. Tori, Gamma, secure the traitor and I will escort Uzumaki-san to the Hokage to report on what has happened. The other three Anbu nodded and leapt down from the trees to go about their orders. Naruto jumped slightly as Inu appeared beside him. Come along Uzumaki-san, Inu said. The Hokage is waiting. Naruto nodded, tightening his grip on the large scroll as Inu put hand on the boy's shoulder. The blonde looked over at Iruka who was being given first aid treatment by Nico. Bye Iruka-sensei. I will see you later Naruto, Iruka grinned, though his face twitched as he felt his skin being stitched back together. Don't worry about the Hokage, just tell him the truth and you will be fine. Naruto only had time to nod before the forest vanished. Whoa, Naruto gasped as the interior of the Hokage's office came into view. What was that? Can you teach me? Perhaps another time, Naruto, an amused voice said from behind a large desk. It was the Sandaime Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Hey Gigi, Naruto said sheepishly. I guess I have some explaining to do? Yes you do Naruto-kun, the Hokage said. That will be all Inu-san. You're dismissed. Hokage-sama, Inu said before fading into the shadows. So Naruto-kun, care to explain why you snuck into my office and stole a very important scroll? Hiruzen asked. After I failed the graduation exam, Mizuki approached me, saying that I could still graduate if I completed a makeup exam, Naruto explained. He said I had to sneak into your office, steal the scroll and learn a jutsu from it, and if I did all that without being caught, I would pass and be able to become a ninja. Hiruzen set his fingers in front of his face, looking down at the blonde boy in front of him. I see, he said. And did you succeed? Yes. Naruto said. But it was weird, I accidentally cut myself on the scroll and some of my blood got on the scroll and then the weirdest thing happened. What happened Naruto-kun? This guy appeared from inside the scroll, Naruto said. He said he was the Nidaime Hokage. What? Hiruzen gasped. I know, Naruto agreed. But he said he was a shadow clone, he even taught me the jutsu, watch. Shadow clone jutsu. Hiruzen was stunned as 3 solid copies of Naruto appeared in the office. Very well done Naruto-kun, you successfully learned to be rank Kinjutsu in just one night, the Hokage said. There are not many people who can even claim such a feat. Naruto beamed at the praise from the Hokage and his grandfather figure. Thanks Gigi, he said. Oh, and Tobirama Oji-san said to tell you that withholding information can be just as dangerous as releasing too much. He also said that we were related somehow, since the only people who could open the scroll was someone with his blood. Hiruzen fell back into his chair in disbelief. Are you sure Naruto-kun? He asked. I am not doubting you but I need to be sure. I'm sure Gigi, Naruto said looking Hiruzen straight in the eye. He told me that the only way that the scroll would open is if the blood was of his line, whatever that means. Is it true, am I related to the Nidaime Hokage? Hiruzen sighed heavily. I have no idea, he admitted. As far as I knew, my sensei did not have a family aside from his brother's family. But I also will say that Tobirama sensei was a very secretive person, so it is certainly possible. The fact that your blood opened the scroll lends credence to the theory that you are related to him. But the Nidaime Hokage died a long time ago, right? Naruto said. There is no way that he could be my dad, right? So what is he to me? Is he my dad's dad or what? I can't tell you for certain, Hiruzen said. Like I told you Naruto, Tobirama sensei was very secretive and I did not know if he had a lover or wife. And no, there is no way that the Nidaime Hokage could be your father. I knew your parents very well and... You knew my parents. Who were they Gigi? Please, you have to tell me? Naruto cried. Tears began pouring down his cheeks. Hiruzen felt his heart clench at the sight of his surrogate grandson's face. Naruto, your parents were very strong ninja and during their lives they gained many enemies, Hiruzen said. Enemies who would have no qualms about taking revenge by killing you. I promise that I will tell you about your parents when I feel you are strong enough to defend yourself. And that is my final word on the matter. Very well Hokage-sama, Naruto answered curtly. Is that everything? Yes Naruto-kun, Hiruzen said, masking the hurt he felt from Naruto's use of his title. If you would just return the scroll. I am afraid I can't do that Hokage-sama, Naruto said. As this scroll is my family's property, I will be taking possession of it. I cannot let you do that Naruto-kun, Hiruzen said. That scroll is much too valuable to be in an unsupervised environment. There isn't anything you can do about this, Hokage-sama, Naruto retorted. The clan charter, set down by the Shodaime Hokage, means you cannot confiscate any scrolls that belong to an active clan as long as the head of the clan is an active shinobi. An active clan also means a clan that has at least a dozen members in it, Hiruzen argued. Then release the Uchiha Jutsu scrolls, Naruto fired back. There are only 2 members of that clan alive, including Itachi. So don't try and pull that card. Naruto, you are too young. Like I was too young to know that the Yondaime sealed the Kyuubi in me, Naruto snapped, his eyes growing stormy. Why didn't you tell me? You knew why people kept looking at me with such hate and coldness, but you never did anything about it. Hiruzen felt every one of his advanced years weighing down on him. Naruto's words struck deeper and more painful than any kunai. I am sorry, Naruto-kun, but I did not wish for you to find out like this. I couldn't tell you before because I wasn't sure you would be able to handle the truth. You didn't trust me, Naruto accused. Hiruzen winced sharply. I asked you how many times if you knew why they all glared at me, and every time you would tell me to ignore it or blow the question off. Were you ever going to tell me? Yes, Naruto-kun, but I needed to make sure that you understood the burden that you bore, Hiruzen tried to explain. How many people know? Naruto asked. How many people know that the fox is sealed in me? The generation above yours, Hiruzen admitted. I made it a law not to reveal your status to anyone that was not already in the know. I had hoped to keep it a tighter secret, but that was a fool's thought. I also hoped that you would be able to find friends in your classmates, as they wouldn't know. Well, that failed miserably, Naruto sneered. Hiruzen hung his head. Yes, and I am so sorry about that, Naruto-kun, he said. You can start making it up to me by letting me keep this scroll, Naruto said. As far as anyone knows, I am the only one who can open it, so it is my property. I promise that I will not let anyone know that I have it, but please, Gigi, let me have this one piece of my family. Hiruzen schooled his features as he stared his surrogate grandson in the eye. Naruto's blue eyes were hard and determined. The boy was not going to give this up, reminding the aged Hokage of another Uzumaki. All right, Naruto-kun, I will let you keep the scroll, Hiruzen said. On one condition. Yes, Hokage-sama? Tomorrow after you have your team meeting, I would like you to come to my office so we can examine the scroll, Hiruzen said. I want to give you some advice. I don't want you to get in over your head in learning my sensei's jutsus. Naruto closed his mouth and thought about the Hokage's offer. He knew that he was pushing his luck with the clan charter card. The Hokage could take possession of the scroll mainly because no one would believe Naruto could ever be the descendant of the Nidaime Hokage. If Naruto tried to fight and the situation was brought before the village council, Naruto would be laughed out of the chamber. He had no allies among the council. Very well, Hokage-sama, I will agree to this condition, Naruto said. But I want reasons from you if I am limited in what I can learn, actual reasons, not just that I am too young. Once I accepted this headband, I ceased being a child. All right, Uzumaki-san, Hiruzen said. I will also accept your terms and will see you tomorrow. Dismissed. Yes, Hokage-sama, Naruto saluted before securing the scroll and leaving the Hokage's office, leaving the elder Hokage hoping that he had made the correct decision. Bleary blue eyes slowly opened as sunlight streamed through tattered curtains. Rubbing his eyes, Naruto sat up on his thin mattress and took in his bedroom. Pale yellow walls stared blankly back at the young Uzumaki. There were no photos or pictures hanging from the bare walls. It was a very sobering sight. Naruto hissed as he swung his legs off the bed and stood up, the cold wood floor waking the blonde up far faster than anything else. As Naruto made his way toward the bathroom, he noticed a large scroll standing in the corner of the bedroom with a Konoha headband sitting on top of it. And the memories from the previous night came storming back to Naruto and a wide smile broke out across the blonde's face. He had finally graduated from the academy. That wide smile turned somber as more details from the previous night came back to Naruto. The fact that he was related to both the Nidaime Hokage, and through him the Shodaime Hokage, but also that sealed within him was the Kyuubi, the demon that had attacked the village 12 years ago and caused an immense amount of destruction that Konoha was still trying to recover from. A frown creased Naruto's face as he remembered the conversation that he had with the Sandaime Hokage, about the old man had kept the knowledge of him holding the Kyuubi from him in the hopes of letting Naruto have a normal childhood. Naruto snorted at the man's naivete. It was obvious that the vast majority of the villagers knew what he housed and treated him with fear and disgust. After washing up and eating a quick breakfast, Naruto locked up his apartment, straightened his headband and made his way off toward the academy, his mind thinking ahead to his team placement. Most villagers and shinobi thought that Naruto was a complete idiot, with a large mouth and no skills to back it up, and while that was somewhat true, Naruto realized that he had not done himself any favors by goofing off and not paying attention in class. As a Jonin, Naruto knew that it was on him to improve himself. No one would help him, he had been alone all his life and had grown to rely only on himself. The words of the Nidaime Hokage rang in his head, "To be a ninja, you must be the pillar of strength for the village, to shoulder the burdens that others cannot." Naruto schooled his features as he approached the academy building. This was it, Naruto thought, he was about to take the next step on his journey to become Hokage. "Naruto. What are you doing here? Team placements are only for people who passed." The rough and grating voice of Kiba Inuzaka sneered. Naruto just pointed at his forehead. "I passed," the blonde said. "How?" Kiba growled. "If I tell you, I'd have to kill you," Naruto snarked. He really enjoyed riling up the feral boy. "Real secret stuff, the Hokage has to read you and if he thinks you are worthy." "What?" Kiba shouted. "You're lying." "Maybe I am, maybe I'm not," Naruto grinned. "But you'll have to take your question to the Hokage if you want an answer." Kiba opened his mouth to continue the argument but was stopped by Shino Aburame. "Kiba, do not speak," Shino said. "If the Hokage has deemed Naruto worthy of graduating, who are you to say otherwise?" Kiba huffed and shrugged Shino's hand from his shoulder. "Fine," he grumbled. "But don't think that just because you graduated means that you are a better ninja than me, you are still the dead last." Naruto grit his teeth but didn't respond to the boy's jib. He found a seat closest to the window and in the back row, not noticing a pair of pale eyes watching his every movement. Naruto laid his head down on the desk to catch up on some more sleep while waiting for the rest of the class to appear. Team 7 will be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha. An ear-piercing squeal jolted Naruto out of his dozing with the subtlety of a pack of exploding tags. "What the hell?" he grumbled sitting up. Blinking his eyes rapidly to clear them, Naruto noticed the rest of the class staring at him. "Ah, Naruto, good to see you decided to join us," Iruka said from the front of the room, an amused smile on his face. "Now as I was saying, Team 7 will be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, and Naruto Uzumaki." "What?" Sakura cried, jumping to her feet and pointing at Naruto. "Iruka-sensei, why do Sasuke-kun and I have to be saddled with Naruto?" "Because Sakura, the Hokage has selected these teams," Iruka said, frowning at the pink-haired child. "Now if you think you know better than the Hokage, please speak up." Sakura quietly sat down, somewhat trembling from the stern glare that Iruka had pinned her with. Naruto felt a twinge of pain in his chest at his crush's adamant refusal to work with him, but he filed it away. Iruka finished reading off the team rosters and looked up at his now former students. "Your Jonin senseis will be here shortly to pick you up," he told them. "Now don't think that just because you have graduated means you can take it easy. You are now ninja of this village, and that means you will all now have a new sort of responsibilities. You are the future of our village. Good luck and always remember to carry the will of fire wherever your journey may take you. It has been an honor and an adventure teaching you all." Naruto watched as Iruka looked each of the graduates in the eye before leaving the classroom. As soon as the door closed, the chatter in the classroom rose. Naruto looked down and saw the rookie of the year, Sasuke Uchiha, staring back up at him with a mix of confusion and superiority. "What are you looking at, team?" Naruto asked sharply. Sasuke grunted. "Just wondering who you had to suck off to get that headband," the Uchiha sneered. "What did you say?" Naruto snarled, his anger flaring. It's the only way an idiot like you could ever graduate, Sasuke grinned darkly. The room around the two boys had gone silent, with several of the students rapidly switching their attentions back and forth between Sasuke and Naruto. Listen here, Uchiha, Naruto growled. I don't honestly care what you think how I graduated. I know how it happened, so does the Hokage and the people who need to know. Sasuke's face twitched at Naruto's response, and the blonde grinned. That's what has got your panties in a twist, Naruto chuckled. It's not that I graduated but that you don't know how I did. In the academy, you were the big fish, the one who had all the answers, but now you are nothing more than just another Genin. And that pisses you off, doesn't it, team? Sasuke's face tightened as Naruto's jib struck true. He spun back to face the front of the classroom again. Naruto! Don't you talk to Sasuke-kun like that! Sakura shouted. Naruto closed his eyes and looked back out the window, ignoring the pang in his chest at Sakura's defense of Sasuke. Soon 2 Jonin had arrived to pick up teams 8 and 10. Naruto recognized Team 10's sensei, Asuma Sarutobi, from the picture on the Hokage's desk, but he didn't recognize the beautiful dark-haired woman who picked up Team 8. That left only Sakura, Sasuke and Naruto in the classroom. Uck! Where is our sensei? Sakura growled an hour after the other 2 teams had been picked up. Naruto restrained himself from making a similar comment, knowing that Sakura would just shout at him, but he did agree with her. This was no use of his time, he would much rather be reading more of Tobirama Oji-san's scroll. If only he could be in 2 places at. The sound of Naruto's head slamming into the desk snapped Sasuke's and Sakura's heads around to look at him. What the hell, Naruto? Sakura shouted. I'm going to the bathroom, Naruto said, getting to his feet. I'll be back in a bit. What if our sensei comes by while you are gone? Sakura asked. Well, then they can wait, Naruto said. He walked out, ignoring the shout from his female teammate, and turned down the hallway toward the bathroom. He entered the bathroom and with a quick hand sign, a second Naruto appeared in a puff of smoke. All right, you go back to the classroom to wait with Team and Sakura-chan, Naruto told his clone. I'll go back to my apartment and start reading Grandpa's scroll. What if Sakura-chan is right and Sensei does show up? Shouldn't you boss be there? I can go back and read the scroll, the clone said. Who knows what our sensei will want to do when they get here, it would be smarter to have you stay here to be safe. You just don't want to be in the same room as the team, Naruto argued. Neither do you, the clone fired back. Look, my idea is the smartest, you still get to read Grandpa's scroll and still meet our sensei. Fine, Naruto muttered. I can't believe I got outsmarted by my own clone, he grumbled as he left the bathroom and headed back to the classroom. What happened, Dobi? Did you fall in? Sasuke snarked. Naruto breathed out sharply through his nose as he let the comment wash over him. He sat down in the same seat as before and looked out the window. It was another 2 hours before Naruto jerked awake as the classroom sliding door opened to reveal a tall Jonin with gravity-defying silver hair. The only visible part of the man's face was his right eye, a mask covered the lower half of his face, and he had his Konoha headband angled to cover his left eye. Your Team 7 then? The man said. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke nodded. Right then, my first impression of you all is, you are all boring as hell. The 3 Genin stared at the man. Anyway, meet me on the roof in 5 minutes or all 3 of you will be sent back to the academy. The man vanished in a puff of smoke. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura watched as the smoke faded away before the 3 scrambled to their feet and raced out of the classroom. Naruto followed Sasuke and Sakura out of the classroom when he felt a tingle in the back of his head. He got the images of his apartment, picking up the scroll and realizing that he needed blood to open the scroll. Wait, how do I know that I couldn't open the scroll? Naruto thought. I sent my clone to read it. Do I learn what the clones do? Hurry up, Naruto! Sakura shouted, noticing that the blonde had fallen behind. You better not get me and Sasuke-kun sent back to the academy because you forgot where the roof was. Naruto shook his head and followed Sasuke and Sakura up the back stairs of the academy and out onto the roof. There the three ninjas saw their tardy sensei, leaning against the railing with an orange book covering his already hidden face. "So you all made it, good," the man said. "Now take a seat and we can get started." Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura scrambled to take seats in front of the Jonin. "Now, why don't we all introduce ourselves?" "What do you mean?" Sakura asked. "Your likes, dislikes, dreams for the future, that sort of stuff," the man said without looking up from his book. "Well, we've all been in the academy for years together now," Naruto said. "But we don't know you, sensei, so why don't you go first?" "Fine then," the man said, closing his book with a snap. "My name is Kakashi Hatake, my likes are." Perverse giggle, "Well, you might be a little too young to know." "My dislikes are." Shrug, "And I don't really have a dream." "So all we learned is that he's a pervert named Kakashi," was the same thought rushing through Sakura's, Sasuke's and Naruto's heads. "Your turn, Blondie," Kakashi said. "Right, I'm Naruto Uzumaki," Naruto said. "My likes are ramen, training and new jutsus. My dislikes are the 3 minutes I have to wait to cook ramen, traitors and those who threaten my home. And my dream is to become the strongest pillar of the village, and become the Hokage. Hobbies are, probably pranks, I guess." Sakura and Sasuke just rolled their eyes at Naruto's declaration, but unbeknownst to all three Jonin, Kakashi was quite impressed at the blonde's answer. "He's certainly grown in an interesting way," the Jonin thought. "You Pinky?" "My name is Sakura Haruno, not Pinky," Sakura growled. "My likes are blushes, and reading, I suppose. My dislikes are people who make fun of my forehead, Ino Pig and Naruto. And my dream is..." Perverse giggle. Naruto's head dropped when he heard Sakura announce to the world that he was one of her dislikes, another thing that Kakashi didn't miss. "I guess girls her age are more interested in love than being a shinobi," he thought. "All right, what about you, Broody?" "Sasuke Uchiha," Sasuke grunted. "I don't have any likes, I have many dislikes, and I don't have a dream but an ambition that I will accomplish by killing a certain man, and then restarting my clan." Naruto saw Kakashi lower his book fractionally to observe Sasuke, before snapping it shut. "Right then, now that we've gotten that out of the way," Kakashi said. "I guess the only thing I have to do now is tell you about your Jonin test." "Jonin test? But sensei, aren't we already Jonin?" Sakura asked. "Nope," Kakashi chirped. "Passing the academy is only to weed out those who didn't have the potential to become shinobi. Now you have to prove yourselves to me. And let me tell you, only 9 members of your class will pass. The rest will be sent back to the academy, or dropped from the program entirely. So, I will see you all tomorrow morning at Training Ground 3 at 6 a.m. Oh, and I wouldn't bother eating breakfast, you'll probably just throw it. Later." Kakashi vanished in a puff of smoke, leaving the three stunned and slightly scared, though one would never admit it, prospective Jonin. Naruto turned to Sasuke and Sakura. "If we are going to be a team, do you two want to get something to eat? You know, get to know more about each other?" Sasuke snorted. "I already know all about you, Dobi. You are weak," he snapped. "Both of you," he added when the Uchiha saw that Sakura was going to agree with him. "If either of you hold me back from achieving my ambition, I will show you the difference in our strength." Naruto growled lowly in his throat, his anger spiking dangerously. Sakura's face fell at Sasuke's dismissal of her strength. "Look, Sasuke," Naruto spat. "You might be the rookie of the year, but we aren't in the academy anymore, so class standings mean shit now. We are all Jonin, the same rank now, so you better lose the arrogant 'I'm so much better than you' attitude before someone stronger comes along and shoves their boot up your ass. Now, if neither of you want to go eat with me, fine, then I'll go by myself. Then I'm going to go train and be ready for whatever Kakashi-sensei wants to throw at us." The blonde leapt off the academy roof without another word, leaving Sakura and Sasuke speechless at their blonde teammate. Sakura looked at her crush and was stunned to see a reddish tinge coming to Sasuke's face. She could feel the anger rolling off Sasuke in waves. Meanwhile, in a nearby tree, A certain silver-haired cycloptic Jonin had been watching the festivities with an amused eye. Well said Naruto, Kakashi thought. Someone needed to remind Sasuke that he isn't the big fish any longer, he's just another minnow in a massive ocean now. Let's see how he reacts tomorrow. The sun crested over the Hokage monument and illuminated the village hidden in the leaves in soft, warm, yellow light. All in all, it was a picture-perfect early summer morning. Where the hell is our sensei? A loud voice shattered the early morning silence like an air raid siren. The scene shifted to a nearby training ground where 3 young ninja were awaiting the arrival of their sensei to begin their careers as shinobi of the Hidden Leaf. He told us to be here at 6 a.m. and now it's nearly 8, and he's not here, the blonde boy shouted. Naruto, shut up. A pink-haired girl screamed, just as loudly. Shouting like an idiot is not going to change anything. Right, Sasuke-kun? She asked the black-haired boy who was leaning against one of 3 posts, scowling. Sasuke grunted. See Naruto, Sasuke-kun agrees with me, Sakura beamed. Naruto just ignored the pair. Damn you Kakashi, I could be home sleeping or reading Grandpa's scroll, he fumed. I only had time to learn more about the Shadow Clone Jutsu before I went to bed to make sure I got enough sleep. While reading about the Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto's suspicions were confirmed when he learned that the memories of his clones were transferred back to the original. Tobirama, the creator of the technique, had used the jutsu as a scouting technique, a way to infiltrate an enemy's stronghold, gain accurate intel with very little risk. Tobirama also wrote that the clones were a useful training tool, as while they did not pass on physical results, anything the clones learned, once dispelled the original would learn, though Tobirama did comment that if one tried to learn more than 2 or 3 things at the same time, or dispel too many clones at the same time, the creator would suffer from deliberating headaches until the mind sorted through the information, if it did at all. The main note that caught Naruto's attention was that the clones could transfer knowledge of jutsus, somewhat like the Uchiha clan's Sharingan. If a clone tried to use a jutsu, then once dispelled, the original would learn how to mold their chakra to perform the jutsu. Of course the original need to know the correct way of molding the chakra or they could fall prey to doing it incorrectly, which could have disastrous results. Hello there my cute little potential Jinan, an amused and cheerful voice said. In a puff of smoke, Kakashi appeared in front of Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto. You're late. Sakura screamed. Where the hell have you been? Naruto shouted. Well, you see there was this black cat that crossed my path, so I had to take the long way, Kakashi explained. But then my path went under a ladder and I had to lair. Naruto and Sakura cried. Fine, Kakashi sighed. Now that we are all here, we can get this show on the road. He pulled out a small clock from his pouch and set it on one of the training posts. Now, your objective is to get these 2 bells from me by noon. You can use any means at your disposal, in fact you better come at me with the intent to kill, or you will surely fail. And if, at the end of the test, any of you don't have a bell, you automatically fail and will be sent back to the academy. But wait sensei, there are only 2 bells? Sakura pointed out. If there are only 2 bells, that means that one of you will be sent back to the academy regardless? Yep that's right, Kakashi chirped. So are you 3 ready? The 3 Jinan nodded. Then begin. The 3 Jinan vanished into the nearby forest, leaving Kakashi standing in the middle of the training ground alone. Well, at least they know how to hide themselves well enough, Kakashi thought. Then again, he amended, turning around to face Naruto. The blonde was glaring at Kakashi, arms crossed. You know, you are a bit different than the others, Kakashi commented. I've waited long enough, Naruto said. You made us wait, I'm done waiting. So I'm coming after you. It's said that those who bark the loudest are the dumbest. Naruto grit his teeth, the lesson that Tobirama Oji-san told him echoed through his head. Emotions do not control a shinobi controls his emotions. He took a deep breath and released it through his nose, calming his surging blood. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto cried, his fingers in a familiar cross seal. Kakashi's eyes widened as a dozen clones appeared around Naruto. With a cry, the clones charged toward Kakashi. The Jonin grinned behind his mask as he fell back under the badly choreographed onslaught. His taijutsu could certainly use some work, Kakashi thought as he ducked under a spinning kick. Where'd he go? Naruto asked aloud as Kakashi vanished in a burst of speed. You shouldn't let your opponent get behind you, an amused voice said. Naruto looked over his shoulder to see Kakashi crouching behind him, his fingers in a tiger seal. Konoha Hidden Jutsu, 1,000 Years of Pain. Kakashi shouted before giving Naruto a chakra-charged ass poke that sent the blonde screaming, before he disappeared in a puff of smoke. A clone A, not bad Naruto, Kakashi thought pulling his copy of Icha from his pouch. Now then, where are the other two? Damn you pervert sensei, Naruto scowled as he watched Kakashi from a treetop. The memories of the clone that had been dispelled by the Jonin caused him to rub his backside in phantom pain. This test is so stupid, Naruto growled. Why would Kakashi taunt us with an impossible objective? He's a Jonin for Kami's sake. 3 Jonin can't take on a Jonin. Sure, I beat Mizuki, but he was just a Chunin and I got lucky that he underestimated me. And anyway, I've only seen Jonin teams with 3 Jonin. A light bulb went off above Naruto's head, causing him to smack his face with his hand. I got to find Sakura-chan and Sasuke, Naruto said to himself as the blonde leapt off from the branch. What do you have in mind, Naruto? Kakashi thought, reveling that the Jonin had been hiding in the shadows beneath the branch that Naruto had been standing on. What do we have here? Naruto snickered as he landed on the forest floor next to a peculiar sight, one Sasuke Uchiha stuck up to his neck in dirt. What happened to you, team? Never mind that doby, just get me out of here, Sasuke growled, struggling to free himself. I will, but you need to listen to what I have to say first, alright? Naruto said, crouching down next to Sasuke. I can just walk away and leave you, or I can find Sakura-chan and have her. The blonde trailed off. Sasuke paled as he thought of what the pink-haired fangirl would do if she saw him like this. Sasuke glared up at the blonde, vowing that once he got free he would pound the blonde into the ground. Fine, he spat. Naruto grinned. Look, Sasuke, neither one of us like each other very much, Naruto admitted. I think you are a stuck-up ass who believes he's better than everyone. Now in the academy you were the best. Did that hurt? Sasuke snarked. Naruto just rolled his eyes. But like I said yesterday, you are no longer the strongest, he said. Sasuke looked away. You might not want to believe it, but it's true. Do you really think you are stronger than Kakashi? No, Sasuke admitted. Naruto refrained from echoing Sasuke's previous jab. None of us have any chance of laying a finger on Kakashi by ourselves, but if we work together then maybe we can get those bells. You want to work with me? Sasuke asked, his surprise overriding his sense of superiority. I want to pass, Naruto said. I want to become a ninja, just like you. And if that means working with you, fine then. What about Sakura? Would we work with her? 3 is better than 2, Naruto said. And while she isn't very physically strong, Sakura is smarter than both of us, and you know it. Sasuke grunted. He didn't want to admit it, especially out loud, but Naruto was right. Sakura was the smartest of the 3. And besides, have you ever heard of a 2-man Jonin team? Naruto commented. I know you've gone around and seen older teams train, looking for tips, and they are always in groups of 4, 3 Jonin and a Jonin. What if you are wrong? Sasuke asked. Then I'll take the fall and go back to the academy, Naruto said. But I'm not wrong and you know it. So how do we get Haruno to work with us? Sasuke asked. Naruto grinned, knowing that he had won. Simple, you say it's your plan and she'll fall over herself to please her, Sasuke-kun, Naruto said. Sasuke shivered. Fine, now get me the hell out of here, Sasuke said. Naruto made a pair of clones and the 3 quickly dug Sasuke free. Suddenly a high-pitched scream tore through the forest, causing Sasuke and Naruto to whip their heads around. "Come on," Naruto said, leaping off toward the scream. "Don't order me around, Dobi," Sasuke shouted, jumping after the blonde anyway. "What's wrong with her?" a familiar and loud voice asked. "Dobi, Kakashi obviously put her in a genjutsu," another voice, this one curt and cold, said. Emerald green eyes fluttered open to see two faces looking down at her. One face was topped with golden blonde hair and had bright blue eyes, the other was framed by dark blue hair and had coal black eyes that seemed to pierce through her. "Sasuke-kun!" Sakura cried, shooting into a seated position and throwing her arms around Sasuke's neck. "Get off," Sasuke grunted, quickly extricating himself from Sakura's grasp. "Look, Haruno, we need your help." "We?" she asked. "What is Naruto doing here?" "He helped me out of a tight spot," Sasuke said, spitting out the words. Naruto hid a grin at Sasuke's confession. "Kakashi is too strong for me, so I need yours and Naruto's help to get those bells." "But Sasuke-kun, why do we need Naruto?" Sakura asked. "Surely he can't help all that much, you are the rookie of the year and he's just the dead last." "Perhaps," Sasuke agreed. "But 3 is better than 2. So can I count on your help?" "Of course Sasuke-kun, you can count on me," Sakura said with stars in her eyes. "Good, now here's the plan," Sasuke said, hiding the shudder that came from Sakura's adoring look. Not much time left for those 3, Kakashi thought as he stood in the middle of the training ground with his book out. Maybe I thought too highly of them? They haven't shown anything close to being worthy of being shinobi. The rustling of leaves caught Kakashi's attention. The Jonin turned as a mass of orange-clad clones came surging out of the underbrush. Kakashi sighed and turned to face the oncoming army of shadow clones. Suddenly Kakashi leapt upward as his finely tuned danger sense warned him of approaching danger. Just in time as a roaring fireball sped through the space that Kakashi had just occupied. "What's this?" Kakashi thought. "Naruto can't perform that jutsu, that was." Twisting in midair, Kakashi avoided a brace of shuriken, catching 2 of them with his free hand. Landing, Kakashi substituted with a nearby log as he had landed on a pressure trap that sent another group of shuriken came speeding toward him. "That's right, Sakura was first in trap making in the academy," Kakashi grinned beneath his mask. "Maybe I was wrong." The army of blondes reached Kakashi and began swinging wildly, with both arms and legs. His taijutsu is atrocious, Kakashi thought, easily cutting his way through the mass of clones. Did he even pay attention in the academy? A blur of black and blue caught Kakashi's attention as Sasuke came racing toward him and the mass of Naruto's. The clones dispelled themselves, covering much of the area in smoke. Kakashi channeled chakra to his legs and leapt into the air. And just in time as another string of shuriken came speeding through the smoke. As Kakashi landed he sensed that he was surrounded once more. He readied himself to use the substitution jutsu once again when a bell rang out through the training ground. "Damn it!" Naruto cursed. "Oh, that's too bad," Kakashi chuckled as he walked toward the 3 Jonin. Inwardly the Jonin was praising the 3 young ninja. "Well, none of you have a bell, so that means I'm going to have to pass you." "What?" the 3 Jonin cried. "But we didn't get the bell, sensei?" Sakura asked. "True, but the objective of this training wasn't really to get the bells," Kakashi told them. "I've been a ninja much longer than you 3 have been alive, did you really think you could get them? I wanted to see how you all would do when faced with an impossible obstacle. You all have to realize that you are much stronger together than by yourselves. There is a reason why Konoha is considered the strongest village, it is because we know the value of working together." "But why then only 2 bells?" Naruto asked. "I couldn't just tell you what the real reason was now, could I?" Kakashi chuckled. "You had to figure it out for yourselves or the lesson would have no meaning." "So we passed? We're real ninja now?" Naruto asked. "Yep," Kakashi chirped. "You are now officially Team 7 of Konoha, But always remember, those who abandon the mission are trash, but those who abandon their friends are worse than trash. Now be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. for our first day of training. Later. The Jonin disappeared in a cloud of smoke, leaving the three Genin standing in the training ground, bewildered. Yes. We did it, we passed. Naruto exclaimed, jumping with joy. Sakura smiled at his enthusiasm, while Sasuke had a small smirk on his face. So, what do you guys want to do now? Naruto asked his teammates. Don't think this changes anything, Dobi, Sasuke said. We're teammates, but that doesn't mean we're friends. I'm going to train. Naruto sighed as Sasuke walked off, with Sakura following him like a shadow. At least now I can read Grandpa's scroll some more, Naruto thought. From the shadows of the trees, Kakashi watched as the blonde made his way off the training ground. This might be more challenging than I anticipated, he mused. But where's the fun if it's too easy? Dear YouTube family. That's all for now. Please subscribe to my channel, Anime Octopus, for more content. Thank you, and I'm grateful for your support.